Hello, I wanted to start on one of my favorite topics today actually is mindfulness, and I just want to talk to you about that today and why it's so important. In the world we live in today, we reward busyness, we see who can have the fullest schedule and get the most done and accomplish the most, and we're a go, go, go kind of place. And guest appearance. And with that mentality, we don't have the time to slow down and really notice what's going on in our lives. So it truly is the first step before we can make any changes, because before you can change anything, you have to slow down enough to notice either what area of your life you need to work on or how to even implement those changes in the first place. So mindfulness is really key before you can make any major changes in your own life. Mindfulness is slowing down, being present in a given moment, noticing what's around you, noticing yourself and how you're feeling just as much as your environment. And there are a lot of different ways that we can do that very easily and that don't take a whole lot of effort throughout our everyday. And that can be something as simple as taking a mindful walk. So walking slowly and mindfully, just kind of feeling the ground beneath you, feeling how your feet connect to the ground, feeling your legs, your arms, how you're thinking, just slowly and noticing everything that comes up for you. Another easy way to practice mindfulness is by setting alarms throughout the day to remind you to stop whatever you're doing, whether that's answering emails at work or maybe getting stuck in a Facebook hole, to stop and just notice how you feel in that moment and how whatever you're doing is making you feel. And there are just so many different ways. Once you start finding them, there's so many other things you can incorporate it into. Like one of my favorites is mindful eating. I'm one of those people, I have a tendency to eat everything that's in front of me, like many of us out there, Ben and Jerry's. It shouldn't be handheld if it's not a serving in itself, but mindful eating helps you to slow down enough to notice how the food tastes in general. Are you enjoying it? Or what parts of it do you like? What don't you like? How is it making you feel? And then mindfully eating is also so helpful because you don't overeat, because when you're not being distracted by the TV or something, you're able to think and notice when you're actually full. So rather than finishing the bag of chips, when you're only focusing on eating the bag of chips, you may notice, after 20 rather than 80, that, hey, this is actually, I'm satisfied with this, and you can go ahead and put it down. So there are just so many ways to incorporate it into your life. And if you could just pick one of those things, or maybe even find one task you do every day on autopilot, like brushing your teeth or taking the dog for a walk or driving to work. How many times do we accidentally pass an exit or get to our destination and wonder how we got there? So if you could take one of those everyday tasks you do on autopilot and make it a mindful and memorable part of your day, that is a huge accomplishment right there. So I invite you to find one of your daily activities, whether it be eating, driving, brushing your teeth, walking. Take that activity and see how you can turn it into a moment, something to savor, a good part about your day. Maybe just drinking your morning cup of coffee out on the porch, free from distractions. Find one of those things, and I guarantee you will start off on a better foot for the whole rest of your day, and it'll just get easier, and you'll just see more and more the activities you do without even thinking or noticing you're doing them. So start just with that and enjoy.